So let's say that you're lucky enough to live in a place that has a blues jam. What you can kind of expect, I've been to blues jams in different places across the United States. It's pretty much this. You go in, you sign up, sometimes literally put your name on a clipboard kind of thing, or maybe it's just a verbal, you go up to whoever's running the jam and you say, hey, I'm me and I wanna join if I can. And then eventually they're gonna announce your name. It might be something formal, it might be something informal, but either way, they're gonna call you up to the stage, or the non-stage as it were, and then you'll be expected to interface with the other musicians. And the way that you'll interface is by quickly being able to communicate the song that you're gonna play. Most of the time you don't go in with a preset agenda. I'm only going to play Standing Around Crying by Muddy Waters. I won't play anything else. I refuse. No. Usually you go in and you're kind of at the mercy of whoever's going to be singing the song. Because as you know, the blues chords are the same from song to song to song. It's the words that change that the singer's singing. So you'll be expected to play a new song. Now the good news is, even though it might be a new song and that the singer's singing words that you've never heard before, that doesn't mean you don't know the chords, because it's, say it with me, a blues. So you might just need to ask, hey, is it a quick four or is it rock? You might want to ask about the last measure. Hey, does it go to the 5-chord in the last measure? Sometimes they might just expect you to listen and figure it out yourself. If it is a rock blues and it's a really friendly kind of environment, you could say, so is it a 5-5 at the end? Like 5-5-1-1? Or is it a 5-4? Most of the time, you just kind of are expected to figure that out on the fly, just by using your ears and maybe even your eyes and looking around. Oh, I saw him switch. Okay, cool. And then you switch too. But yeah, it's as simple as that. You get called up, you play a couple songs, hopefully you kick booty, and then you sit down and you bask in the glory of having done something well. It's actually really cool. And you'll actually make a lot of musical friends. It's scary for most people, but I promise, if you work this out, if you get these blues under your fingertips, you'll be able to do it, I promise. So here's a story about the first time I really was hit with the power of knowing the blues and how valuable it is. As I was dating this girl named Lorraine, and she and I went to a show together. And it was this, my friend was running the catering department, and he said, hey, Dave, you love the blues? And I said, yeah, I love the blues. Well, come and meet Cash McCall. So Cash McCall wrote songs and helped produce and played rhythm guitar on songs by Muddy Waters and Willie Dixon and all these, for blues, famous people. So anyway, he came through town and I went and saw him and brought my date Lorraine and we got to meet him. It was before the show. And so he asked me, so, hey, Dave, do you want to sit in with the band? And I said, well, sure, that would be awesome. My friend introduced me. He said, hey, this is my buddy Dave, Mr. McCall. And he said, and hey, Dave's a musician. And I said, well, and Cash said, well, it's good to know you. You're a musician, what do you play? And I said, well, I play the guitar and I play the bass. So he asked me, hey, would you want to sit in with the band? I said, well, absolutely. Well, we already got a guitar, so you're going to have to play bass. So, okay, yes, let's do this. Now, the short version of the story is that they called me up. I got on stage. I put on very kind of their bass player to lend me his instrument. I got ready to play. And before I could even tune the thing or make sure that it was in tune, Mr. McCall did this. Well, it looks like he's ready to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he launched into this song. And he didn't say, hey, Dave, by the way, this is a quick 4. We're in the key of B flat. We are going to go to the 5-chord in the last measure, just so you know. I didn't get anything like that. I was expected to figure it all out. So what I did is really quickly, I didn't even try to figure out what the 1-chord was or what key we're in. I just listened. Wait, did they go to the 4-chord? 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't even try to play. I just went, Note to self. I pulled out a little pen and paper. I went, note to self. They did indeed go to the 4-chord. I put that back in my bucket. And then I started, once we came back to the 1-chord, so 1, 4, note to self. They went to the 4-chord. And then went back to the 1-chord. Then I started trying to figure out where the 1-chord was. So, but I kept my ears open because I wanted to see if they didn't do the 5-chord. Did they go to the 5-chord in the last measure? Here's measure 12. Are they gonna? And they did not. Okay, no. I stopped playing and got out my little notepad and wrote again. Note to self, dear Dave. Actually, I took out a big feather and dipped it in my ink blotter. Dear David, it seems to me that they shall never go to the 5 chord at the end evermore. The cool thing was, by the time they made it through those first 12 bars, I knew the song. And I, frankly, not to brag, I killed it, crushed it. So much so that the bass player that I had borrowed his bass from, he was like, hey, do you mind if I go to the bar? Because you're killing it, man. I was like, sure, go ahead. And he let me play for like 4 songs. It was awesome. It was really then that I realized, oh my gosh, this being able to just boink, drop in with no notice or even information and be able to kill a blues, just nail it, is so, so valuable. That was early on in my career. And ever since then, I recommend that all of you guys really be able to nail a blues. I promise you won't regret ever having learned the blues.